What's all the commotion? Get ready for explosion, we rollin'.
So, the new Magic Warrior skills just got released, and as expected from Asobimo, it is freaking broken. Like, my dude is casually hitting 10 million damage like it's nothing, and with a low budget gear. Now it seems like it's a norm that every new skills that gets released is somehow broken, which is, pretty understandable. We get that it is to buff often used weapons to increase its users. And with this new tier of Magic Warrior, it's clearly meant for one-handed swords and MD sub combo. This new tier gives Magic Warrior users defensive and mobility skills like Siphoned Techniques and Magic Skin, and a pretty overpowered offensive skill, Union Sword. I said that this is specifically for OHS and MD sub is because this skill has two parts, the slash and the slap. And the thing is, the slap part, or the strongest part, is only usable when under the Enchanted Burst buff, which is only available when using MD sub, so THs can still use it, but without the slap part. Like, come on, give our boy THs some love, men. And if you didn't know how to trigger the second part, there are two conditions. First, have enough Enchanted Burst buff. And 2, move the movement buttons forward when casting. If you didn't fulfill these two conditions, it will just do a slash. Anyways, I gotta try it, so here's a build utilizing this skill, and at the end we will assess it, including its pros and cons. Do note that this is a level 230 build. Some skills aren't acquired yet, so it still has a lot of potential. Anyways, let's proceed. For stats, I follow the standard stat and opt for strength over dexterity. I prioritize STR for crit damage. For skills, we'll quickly go through all of them. For blade skills, you mostly wouldn't put any skills on this, because none of them are really good for OHs in my opinion, except the Aura Blade. Level 1 is enough. 1 and 10 gives the same 1 point to modifier. If you mostly play parties, no need to get this. And of course, the battle skill tree line. I think there's no need to get the bottom line if you're a glass cannon. Maybe the teleport can be useful. This build setup used 313 skill points, which is not a lot to be honest. Again, for star gems, they're not necessary, but useful in saving SP. For equipment, again pretty low budget. For weapon, I'm just using a no-slot DDE sword. No need an Awaken element stat since Enchanted Sword automatically converts it, which is pretty nice. For MD, just use MD that matches the element of your sword or enemy weakness. Refining MD sub to +S is better. I keep mine on +B because I'm lazy. For armor, again you're gonna match your DTE sword with DTE armor for more damage. DTE armors are just very strong and way better than full crit neutrals. For add gears, I'm using Broker Mask for attack and pierce, then Prudent Exdal for unsheath and SRD. You can also use lace headrests for low def. For ring, I'm using this attack speed ring, with Stellar Ooze 2 for attack, pierce, and unsheath, then Amiya for AMPR. You can also use Lily plus Stellar Ooze 2 for more damage. So, the equipment setup for this build is pretty similar if not the same as on a katana, so you don't need to buy much if you have the latter. For Regislets, these are what I'm using. Use Remedial Rampage if you decided to add Rampage to your kit. Otherwise, you use what you have. For combos, here's what I use. Enchant Sword Smitted Combo. For the Union Sword, you have two opening options. First is the Burst Opener, if you don't want to use the Burst Sword. The Burst Sword is the enchanted Enchant Sword. And then Aura Blade Opener if you do. Then we have the Rampage Buff Combo, the Decoy Combo, then lastly, the Dual Bringer Buff Combo.
I'm in the whip with authority, looking like Skybri, she got a body, ayy. And she been calling me daddy lately, want me to put her in Cartiers, and the bitch deserve it. Put in work for the money, she earn it. Give me top every night, lip service. I don't gotta block these hoes, she worth it. I'm out in Abu Dhabi, with a bad bitch, look like Skybri, ooh. Right beside me, in the phantom off that Molly, yeah. Abu Dhabi, with a bad bitch, look like Skybri, ooh. Right beside me, in the phantom off that Molly, yeah. Abu Dhabi, with a bad bitch, look like Skybri, ooh. Right beside me, in the phantom off that Molly, yeah. Abu Dhabi, with a bad bitch, look like Skybri, ooh. Right beside me, in the phantom off that Molly, yeah. Shorty a dancer with her OnlyFans, got her bands up. She independent, got a lamb truck, don't need no man, but I'll man up for that. Ooh, put it on camera, she a freak, nothing I can't handle. When I'm pulling up in that phantom, I got a pussy wetter than Niagara. Bitch, I'm a dog, I'm with the leash. Ain't no one holding me back, I'm a beast. Showing them all, falling my teeth. None of them fucking with me in these streets. Ooh, Skybri hit me in my DMs. I've been trying to meet up and see ya. I can fly you out to Abu Dhabi with a bad bitch look like Skybri. Ooh, right beside me in the phantom off that Molly. Yeah, yeah. Abu Dhabi with a bad bitch look like Skybri. Ooh, right beside me in the phantom off that Molly. Yeah, yeah. Abu Dhabi with a bad bitch look like Skybri. Ooh, right beside me in the phantom off that Molly. Yeah, yeah. Abu Dhabi with a bad bitch look like Skybri. Ooh, right beside me in the phantom off that Molly. Yeah, yeah.
What's all the commotion? Get ready for explosion, we rollin'.
As you can clearly see, it's pretty OP. So, let's assess it, starting with its pros. The first pros was that it had pretty strong damage. That's because it aligns with the second pros, which is the element automatically turns to the target's weak element. The last pro that I see is from the Dual Bringer. Its attack buff from Resonance and its increased crit when attacking weakened enemies, which MD Sub can easily do with Element Stash and Enchant Burst. Again, we don't know much about this skill yet, but the TLDR is it utilizes DTE so well. But then again, any weapon with DDE is pretty OP, but this one is on a whole new level. As for the drawbacks, there are many aside from the fact that it comes with conditions and consumes all enchanted burst buffs. This means you'll need to restack those buffs every time you cast Reunion Sword. Also, it may incentivize you to use Burst Sword less frequently since you'd want to prioritize using Union Sword. But then again, it's understandable. It's pretty similar to Divine Slash and it'll be too OP without these prior conditions. Cons number 2. It can be pricey, given the fact that this build utilizes DTE. So, you'll need to invest in 6 elements, both swords and MD. It can work without DTE, but it's less effective. Better off using other classes then. The last con is that it doesn't work on THs. I mean, it's not beginner friendly. First, it's expensive to have a DT set, and its skill rotation can be confusing to new players. So, that concludes the video. I just wanted to show you guys how busted this skill is. This makes me want to main this class. Anyways, I hope you liked the video and thanks for tuning in if you've made it this far. This is Baku, and I'm yeeting out.